Well, actually, we started or joined the Knapp team in 2000. It was in July of 2000 when Scott Welliver, Ed Darmple, and myself, we were looking for some Riesling grapes, and having conversation with Doug and Susie, found out that they were interested in selling the winery, and we had a need for more grapes at our other winery, Glenora. So we started the discussions, and it went very quickly from there. Kathy and the crew here do a very good job of providing entertainment for individuals of all ages, from the youngsters who can see the ducks and the chickens to some of the people who are a bit older that enjoy the wine. So we do a vineyard tour in season where folks can actually go out in the vineyard to see how the grapes are grown, into the winery, the production facility, and so forth. Over the years, Knapp has won many awards. Back when Doug and Susie owned it, they had won the Governor's Cup. Most recently, we have received double gold medals for our Superstition, our dry Riesling, that we were named at one of the New York State Fair competition, I believe it was, that we were the best red wine, our 2005 Cabernet Franc. We have some relatively young plantings of both Sangiovese and Merlot, both of which are relatively unique in this area. In fact, we're bottling both estate bottled Sangiovese and estate bottled Merlot, and there's very few wineries in the Finger Lakes that are doing that. We definitely have events in conjunction with the Cayuga Lake Wine Trail. We participate in all of those events. We have events unique to Knapp. We like to be a part of the community. We do some fundraisers for the Cancer Society, particularly breast cancer. A lot of our visitors really preferred a sweeter wine. So we have a variety, Catawba, Cat, Catawba. So our first Cat series wine was a Catawba in a pinkish color or orangish color, just like that Cat. Extremely successful. At that point, the folks at Knapp said, well, we need to do this again, and what's the best way to go? And we decided to go with a white. And then the next thing was to take it to another wine, Concord, which is dark. We thought about Black Cat. Let's come up with something different, Black Cat Superstition. And of the three wines to date, that has been one of the most successful of those three wines. Our tasting costs are, we charge $1. And folks have the opportunity to taste anywhere from 6 to 7 different wines. It really depends on the time of the year. When it's really busy and there's a lot of people, we say 6, and we feel that that's a very good cross section of the wines. They're half-ounce servings, so people are getting 3 to 4 ounces of wine, which is basically a glass of wine, and their cost is $1. When we combine that with our tour, then we charge $3 for the tour, and it's about a half-an-hour tour. And as I said before, it's in the vineyards, it's in the cellar. People really, when they leave here, have a good generalization of how grapes are grown, harvested, and the wine is made. Doug first started with the distillation process. I believe at that time he was the only person, at least in the Finger Lakes, if not New York State, that was really making distilled products from grape products. We use all grape products at Knapp. We don't use any other types of fruit. Basically taking 135 or 40 gallons of wine, distilling it into roughly 40 gallons or 45 gallons of distilled product. And from there we make products such as grappa, which is basically just the straight distilled product. We have brandy, which is a 7-year-old brandy, and then one of our our best-selling distilled product is our limoncello. There's very few businesses that I know of where you can take something, a grape plant it, nurture it, culture it, grow it to what you want it to be. Then you harvest that vine. You do the same thing with the wine. You bring it in, working with the winemaker, make the wine the way that you want it. You create a label, you create the marketing. But then the real fun part of all of that is then you can present that to the people. And this is something that you've made, and it's really handcrafted. As well, we get a chance to meet diverse people. I would dare say that in the years that this winery's been open, There's been people here from 60, 70 different countries in the world. Again, I always know that someplace along the way I'm going to meet somebody who's going to really enjoy what we're doing. Well, we're located just off Route 89, between Route 89 and Route 414 in Romulus, New York. Our wines are distributed pretty much throughout the state, so people can find them there. Winery itself is open 360 plus days a year for the tours and tastings that we've mentioned before.